Myril.
It's truly an honor to share the stage with you and hosting this coronation rite.
Truly, this is the most awaited event for our audience. Now, everybody is excited about the program.
So to our distinguished guests, respected parents, barangay and PTA officials, Honorable Mayor Fernando D. Simbulan, our Municipal Mayor, our Public Schools District Supervisor, Dr. Felix R. Saison, Fortuno, fellow teachers, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon.
Once again, we are gathered here to Hearts 2024. I am sure that your excitement is still soaring high because for sure, our little king and queen will be more amazing this afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Santiago Young Elementary School Little King and Queen of Hearts 2024 coronation ceremonies. To start with, let us all stand for the entrance of colors. By Ma'am Julieta Bicang and remain standing for the doxology by selected grade 5 pupils.
unit. A round of applause, please.
Thank you very much. So it is clear to see that everybody is excited for the program. Mika Belgado. Parents, Mr. and Mrs. John Mark de los Reyes.
Mr. and Mrs. Sandy Llanes and Daniela S. Medina, parent, Mr. and Miss Danica O. Samante.
The Prince and Princess of Flame. John Cedric R. Berse, parents, Mr. and Mrs. Frederick O. Berse. And Luis Mariel R. Rosales, parents, Mr. and Mrs. Francis Rosales.
Prince and Princess of Affection. Angelo B. Bauca, parent, Miss Maria Michelle Cepeda, and Chloe Chanel M. Solaon, parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ronnie L. Solaon.
We also have the Prince and Princess of Humility. John Ian E. Ortega, parents Mr. and Mrs. Joseph P. Ortega, and Janine A. Abinal, parents Mr. and Mrs. Alvin O. Abinal Sr.
Prince and Princess of Peace. Josh Christopher B. Ricaprente, parent, Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Ricaprente, and Aika May T. Rilano, parents, Mr. and Mrs. Norlito B. Rilano.
A round of applause to our Prince and Princess of Faith, Yachi B. Llanes. Parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ronnie Llanes, and Janine D. Lumbre. Parents, Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan E. Lumbre.
Next in line is the Prince and Princess of Hope. RMJ E. Talagtag, parent, Miss Merlin E. Espanyo, and Christine Joy B. Hertes, parent, Miss Pretty May D. Balierda.
Prince and Princess of Loyalty, Robbie James B. Palmes, Mr. and Mrs. Rolly B. Palmes, and Jessamine B. Navarro, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jeffrey B. Navarro.
Next is the Prince and Princess of Romance. Joven V. Nas, parents, Mr. and Mrs. Bernard B. Nas, and Daniela Caris B. Julianda, parents, Mr. and Mrs. Clayton J. R. Julianda.
Prince and Princess of Passion, John Cedric N. Rabusa, son of Mr. and Mrs. Denmark A. Rabusa, and Alexa M. Termes, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ricky P. Termes.
Prince and Princess of Beauty, Nash Roji M. Iglesia. Parents, Mr. and Mrs. Mark Roten A. Iglesia and Janina Praela B. Buena. Parent, Mr. and Mrs. John Dennis B. Buena.
Prince and Princess of Love, John Peter R. Volante. Parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ceres A. Volante and Sofia Isabel R. de la Cruz. Parents, Mr. and Mrs. Paul Christian H. de la Cruz.
And the fourth runner-up, Ram Miguel R. Escala. Parent, Mr. and Mrs. Crisanto Escala and Mary Joy C. Hernandez. Parent, Mrs. Margie Hernandez.
Little King and Queen of Hearts, third runner-up, Saint Ashton H. Martinez, Mr. and Mrs. Marjan O. Martinez, and Kate Ann C. and Tia, Mr. and Mrs. Joseph and Tia.
Our second runner-up, John Lennon M. Tormes. Parent, Mr. and Mrs. John Paul L. Tormes and Hannah Tala N. Patiga. Parent, Mr. and Mrs. Ricardo B. Patiga and Miss Glyca N. Patiga.
First runner-up, Lemark S. Yanes, Mrs. Maricon S. Yanes and Miss Aileen P. Salcedo. Princess Erica P. Azul. Parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ed Irwin P. Azul.
Queen of Hearts 2024, John Jacob F. Pardines. Parents, Ms. P.O. True and Mrs. Frances E. Pardines and Emmanuel Katnis B. Bermido. Parents, Mr. and Mrs. Christian Bermido. Once again, the Little King and Queen of Hearts 2024, John Jacob F. Pardines and Emmanuel Katnis B. Bermido.
The members of the Royal Court. And of course, the entrance of the SYES teachers. Let's start with the kindergarten. Teacher. Next are the grade 2 teachers. We have Ma'am Elsie Ebonite and Ma'am Malin Portugal.
Next is the grade 3 advisors, Ma'am Agnes Biricon and Ma'am Mila Rose L. Yanis.
Ma'am Mabel Baneria and Ma'am Mary Ann and Tia.
Next are the grade 5 advisors, Ma'am Julian Paula Brin Hernandez and Ma'am Charito P. Ilarde. Principal of Santiago Elementary School.
To our beautiful MCs for this afternoon's affair, Ma'am Mayril Benaflor Abalia and Ma'am Minda Bermido Valiente. My respect to the local government unit officials of Barangay Santiago, Punong Barangay Romulo A. Agnas, Kagawad Rodrigo Don Fabricante, Kagawad Maricel Paha, Kagawad Leonie Hernandez, Barangay Secretary and at the same time PTA President of Santiago Elementary School, Ms. Fatima Iscala, the Peace Corps volunteer to the Philippines assigned to Camarines Sur, particularly to Nabua East District, Nabua Central Pilot School, Ms. Josie Corbin, the C81 Unit Commandant of Lourdes Provincial High School, Ma'am Eva Canieso, songbird for this afternoon's affair, the kindergarten teacher of Santa Barbara Elementary School, Sir Antonio Amoroso. Royal Court, mga tatay, mga nanay, mga lola, mga lolo, mga tita, mga tito. Of course, my fellow teachers from kindergarten to grade 6. This is very opportune time for them na usad-usadon ko sila because of their effort. Di ara ni mapagagayon, dili kita may kaago fundraising activity without their support. So from kindergarten, Ma'am Marie Flor Portugal Baenyo, grade 1, Ma'am Sharain Intia and Ma'am Jessica Ligado, grade 2, Ma'am Elsie Bonite and Ma'am Malin Malasati, Portugal, grade 3, Ma'am Mina Rose Llanes and Ma'am Agnes Ricon, grade 4, Ma'am Mabel, ano mo yung apelido mo? Banyaria and Ma'am Lian Intia, grade 5, Ma'am Paula Hernandez and Ma'am Chat Ilarde, grade 6, Ma'am Myril Banaflor and Ma'am Juliet Kang, and then an advisor, Ma'am Minda Valiente, Daco, MC of Ma'am Myril this afternoon. Of course, our imported photographer from Moras Elementary School, who shall help the documentation committee to have the pictures for documentation purposes and report, Sir Idle Olivares. Mga bisita po, mga supporters, mga stakeholders na isa dinguan na apon. So nagbisti po. So marami na isa di Miss Donna na diri po mapagagayo na highlight of this occasion. May I invite you, Miss Donna, to sit beside the teachers. Na iya po nag-choreograph, di pa po kami nagkakanbasing. Nagpapara-practice na iya ka, i-represent ka di Royal Court. Diyos mabalos kanino amin. And sa namin pong isa dinguan, witnessing our afternoon's activity, the coronation of the Royal Court for little Mr. and Miss Santiago Elementary School, and of course, the staff of the governor letting us and serving us for the lead wall na naggayon na po. They just came from Garci Torena, but diretso po sila sa atin. Thank you so much mga sir and Paha Sound System. Thank you so much for your services this afternoon. Liwat po, wini-welcome po kamo ngamin. Sana po mag-enjoy kamo. And we do hope also that our visitor from the United States of America, aside to Nabua District, particularly Nabua Central Pilot School, this is her first time to witness such occasion. Naunaan na mo sa Nabua Central Pilot School, tamig kan basing pasan na kita. And a favor from the children, una po bawal na diri magsilong, pero sakto kamo, area na diri kamo, matungtungan, kading, mga sadiunaan. So liwat po, good afternoon and welcome to the coronation activity of Little Mr. and Miss Santiago Elementary School 2024. Diyos mabalos po.
Ida, for your warm welcome.
We already witnessed how handsome and beautiful our prince and princesses are. To do the honor of the proclamation of the Royal Court, a distinguished and versatile teacher from Santiago Old Elementary School and one of the outstanding graduates of Santiago Young Elementary School. We have Sir Rainer Ravalo, represented by Ma'am Agnes B. Ricon. A round of applause, please.
Pahintulutan po ninyo akong basahin ang inihandang proklamasyon ni Sir Rainer. Salamat sa ating tagapagpakilala na tila ba'y kagandahan ay inukit sa ating mga paboritong artista na sina Zu at Bea, Binibining Mayrel, at Binibining Linda. Isang malugod na pagbati mula sa aking puso ang nais kong ipabatid sa mga bisitang naririto ngayon. Sa kapita-pitagang miyembro at opisyalis ng Barangay Santiago na pinamumunuan ni Honorable Romulo A. Agnas, sa mga nagagandahan at masisipag na mga guro ng mababang paaralan ng Santiago sa pamamanugot ng ubod ng galing na si Ginang Aida S. Fortuno, sa mga maaasahang opisyales at miyembro ng SPTA, sa ating mga nagagandahang prinsesa at reyna, mga makikisig na prinsipe at hari na siyang nagpapakinang sa gabing kay ganda. Isang katungkulan na ilahad sa inyo mula sa aking matapat na mga labi, saksi ang inyong malilinaw na mga mata. Na itong ating mga itinalagang prinsipe at prinsesa, maging ang ating hari at reyna, ay karapat-dapat dahil sa kanilang angking kisig at ganda. Kaya't bago po man simulan, bigyan natin sila ng masigabong palakpakan. Isang paala sa ating unang prinsipe ngayong araw ng mga puso na kailangan nating maging matapat. Mr. Friends, our Prince of Fidelity, pagkamatapat. Inaanyayahan ko si Mac Kaisen Reyes na tumayo. Maraming salamat, Kaisen. Napakahalaga ng ating mga kaibigan. Bukod sa pamilya, sila ang ating karamay. Our Prince and Princess of Friendship, Medina. Si Brent Nino R. Llanes ay anak ni Mr. and Mrs. Sandy Llanes. Daniela S. Medina ay anak ni Miss Danica O. Samante. Ating palakpakan. Napakahalaga ng ating Prince and Princess of Friendship. Panatilihin ang alab ng pagmamahal sa ating mga puso. Maging ito man ay para sa ating iniirog, kaibigan, pamilya o kapwa. Akin nang tawagin ang Prince and Princess of Flame o Alab, John Cedric R. Berse, at Luis Mariel R. Rosales, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Francis Rosales. Palakpakan natin sila. Maraming salamat. Piliin ang maging magiliw araw-araw na mahalan. Prince and Princess of Affection, pagmamahal o magiliw. Angelo B. Baupa, Miss Maria Richelle Cepida, Chloe Chanel M. Sulaon, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rani L. Sunaon. Palakpakan po natin. Walang hihigit pa sa taong mapagpakumbaba. Ito ay kinagigiliwan ng lahat at ng may kapal. Prince and Princess of Humility o pagpapakumbaba. Akin ang tawagin si John Ian E. Ortega at Janine A. Abinal. Palakpakan po natin. Si John Ian E. Ortega ay anak ni Mr. and Mrs. Joseph P. Ortega at si Janine A. Abinal naman ay anak ni Mr. and Mrs. Alvin O. Abinal Sr. Palakpakan natin. Kay hirap hanapin, kay hirap matagpuan. Ngunit ito'y nasa iyo lamang. Damhin at piliing maging mapayapa. Prince and Princess of Peace o Kapayapaan, Jos Christopher B. Ricaprente. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Ricaprente at Aika May T. Rilano, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Norilito B. Rilano. Palakpakan po natin. Maniwala ka, magtiwala ka, sapagkat kasama ng pagmamahal ang pagtitiwala. Prince and Princess of Faith o pananampalataya, Yachi B. Llanes. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Ronnie Llanes. At si Princess of Faith, Janine D. Lombre, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan E. Lombre. Palakpakan po natin. Habang may buhay, may pag-asa. Lumaban sa hamon ng buhay at sa huli, lasapin ang tagumpay. Prince and Princess of Hope o kaya pag-asa. RMJ E. Talagtag. Son of Miss Marlene E. Espanyo. Princess of Hope, Christine Joy B. Hertes. Daughter of Miss Pretty May D. Balyerta. Ating bigyan ng masigabong palakpakan. Ang pagsasama ng matapat, pagsasama ng maluwag o kaya katapatan. Robbie James B. Palmes, son of Mr. and Mrs. Rolly R. Palmes. Princess of Loyalty, Jessamine B. Navarro, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jeffrey R. Navarro. Palakpakan po natin sila. Salamat. Huwag hayaang mamatay ang init ng pagmamahal. Damhin at ipadama araw-araw sa ating minamahal. Prince and Princess of Romance o pagmamahalan. Prince Joven V. Nas. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Bernard B. Nas. Princess of Romance, Daniela Caris B. Polianda. Daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Clayton J. R. Polianda. Palakpakan po natin sila. Ang pagsintay di lamang dapat sa salita, ipakita at iparamdam upang tamis ay malasahan. Prince and Princess of Passion, pagsinta. Prince John Cedric N. Rabusa. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Denmark A. Rabusa. And Princess of Passion, Alexa M. Tormes, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ricky P. Tormes. Palakpakan po natin sila. Ang kagandahang pisikal ay nawawala sa paglipas ng panahon. Ngunit ang kagandahang loob ay mananatiling buhay at walang kamatayan. Mas mabuting hindi ka lang maganda sa panlabas. Dapat maganda din ang iyong kalooban. Prince and Princess of Beauty, kagandahan. Prince Nash Rochi M. Iglesia. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Mark Rochin A. Iglesia. And the Princess of Beauty, Janina Prela B. Buena, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. John Dennis B. Buena. Palakpakan po natin sila. Ay, pag-ibig ang dala ng ating prinsipe at prinsesa ng pag-ibig. Ngayon, araw ng mga puso, ipadama ang pag-ibig na wagas sa ating pamilya at hero. Prince and Princess of Love, Pag-ibig, Prince John Peter R. Volante, son of Mr. and Mrs. Ceres A. Volante. Princess of Love, Sofia Isabel R. de la Cruz, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Paul Christian S. de la Cruz. Palakpakan po natin sila. Ang ating ika-4 na hari ay gusto maging sundalo. Bagay na bagay sa kanyang katisigan at pagiging moreno. Mga na si Ginang Fatima na ating Pangulo. Hilig niyang kumain ng manok na adobo. Paboritong kulay naman niya ay ang kulay blue. Ating pong palakpakan ang ating haring sundalo na si Ram Miguel R. Escala. Palakpakan po natin. Nag-iisang anak naman, ating ika-4 na reyna. Kulay na reyna sa kanilang pamilya. Dalay-dala sa kanila, Ginoo at Ginang Georgie Hernandez. Sa aming ganda at tibong ugali, lungkot ng pamilya ay kanyang inaalis. Pink ang kanyang paboritong kulay. Mat naman ang sa eskwelahan ang nagbibigay sa kanya ng buhay. Lubong kaldereta ng kanyang magulang ay hindi niya mahihindihan. Sina Tom at Jerry naman ang kanyang pinagdiriwan. Gusto niyang maging isang sundalo. Madla people ang ika-4 na reyna. Mary Joy C. Hernandez, ating pong palakpakan ng masigabo. Ang kanyang kakisigan at kagwapuhan ay namanan niya kay Ginoong Mark John Martinez na kanyang ama. Kabutihang loob at katalinuhan kanyang ina. Kadagdagan pa ng high level at confidence mula sa kanyang lola. Ako po yun, si Kagawad Vilma. Charot. Paboritong subject ay math. Bagay sa kanyang pangarap na maging engineer. At gusto din niyang maging isang guwapo at magising na soldier. Paboritong kumain ng prutas, lalo na ang ubas. Sikreto ng mga guwapo, kaya ang kalalakihan. Kumain na din kayo ng prutas. Friends, palakpakan po natin ang ating ikatlong hari, Saint Aston S. Martinez. Okay, tayo kasi. Palakpakan po natin si Zane. Kakaiba ang pangarap ng ating ikatlong reyna. Dahil gusto niya maging firewoman paglaki niya. Pero sigurado ako na suporta ka ng iyong pamilya. Lalong-lalo na iyong ama't ina na sina Ginoong Joseph at Ginang Mary Ann Intia. Ang ating ikatlong reyna ay nagmula sa San Antonio, Ogbon. Ipinanganak noong Setyembre 11, 20 at 11 ng hapon. Paboritong kulay ay black at purple. Fried chicken at seafoods naman ang paborito niyang pagkain, lalo na kung budol. Mga kaibigan, atin pong palakpakan ang ating ikatlong reyna, Kate Ann C. Mintia. Pangarap maging sundalo ng ating ikalawang hari. Nasaan ang ating ikalawang hari? Tayo po. Hari. Tunay na makabayan, kahit sa asignatura, Pilipino ang kanyang paborito. Bimong anak ni na Ginoong John Paul at Ginang Lisel Tormes. Kaya naman ngiti sa pamilya ay di maalis-alis. Ang paboritong kulay niya ay kulay blue. At mahilig kumain ng fried chicken ang ating munting sundalo. Ating pong palakpakan ang ating ikalawang hari, John Lennon M. Tormes. Palakpakan po natin. Mahilig sa gulay ang ating ikalawang reyna. Bagay sa pangarap niyang maging nurse paglaki na. Isinalang sa ating barangay Santiago noong 2012, Setyembre 20 Isinilang siya sa ating barangay Santiago noong 2012, Setyembre 28. Sa pamilya Patigan, Ginang Laika at Ginoong Ricardo. Masayang bata ang ating munting reyna. Gustong-gusto niya ang frozen nina Anna at Elsa. Kulay pink naman ang paborito niya. Kaya naman, mahilig siyang magpabili ng pink na bestida. Mga naririto, atin pong alayan ng masigabong palakpakan ang ating ikalawang reyna, Hana Kala and Patigan. Maraming salamat. Tunay na hindi may tatago ang pagmamagandang lalaki ng ating unang hari. Sa kanyang ngiti, ito ay talagang mabibighani. Manang-mana sa mga magulang na sina Ginoong Lemar at Ginang Aileen Llanes na sa kanilang anak ay laging suportado. Ipinanganak noong taong 2011, ikapito ng Disyembre. Nakatira sa La Opinion, Nabua ang ating unang hari. Pangarap niyang maging inhinyero, bagay na bagay sa ating haring Maginoo. Bigyan ng dumadagundong na palakpak ang ating unang hari, Lemar S. Llanes. Masayahing bata ang ating unang reyna. Ayun na kayo ba? Bagay na bagay sa kanyang ganda ang pangalang Princess Erica. Siya ang bunga ng pagmamahalan nila Ginoong Erwin at Ana Laika. Di na kailangang ipagtanong ang naman ang ganda, bagay sa pagiging fashion model na pangarap niya. Siya ay isinilang sa lugar kung saan isinilang ang tunay na magaganda. Siyempre, sa zona ko yun. Sa Zone 3, Subic, Santiago yan, ng bayan ng Nabua. Madlang people, palapak naman na may kasamang sigaw ang ialay natin sa ating unang reyna, Princess Erica P. Azul. Palapakan natin. Okay, maraming salamat. Tunay nga ang kanyang kagandahan, kagwapuhan at kaisigan. Ang ating mumunting hari at reyna ng mga puso ng sanglibutan. Ang ating hari ng mga puso ay isang butihing anak ni na Ginoong Francis at Ginang Mary Ann Cardenas na sa mga mukha ay makikita mo ang galak. Siya ay may mapang-akit na tindig at mukhang maamo na maihahalin tulad kay Prinsipe Florian. Kaya naman, si Snow White ay nagising ang puso. Di natin maikakaila na ang 8 taong gulang na hari na nasa ating harapan ay naglalayong maging inhinyero. Dahil sa kanyang galing sa Ingles at Math, ang kanyang pangarap ay maabot niyang sigurado. Meron lang siyang masobrahan sa pagkain ng matabang adobo. Ating palakpakan ang hari ng mga puso sa taong ito, John Jacob F. Parnines. Palakpakan po natin si John Jacob. Okay. Ano mo'y inukit sa Diyos ang Romano ng pag-ibig at kagandahan. Na may nakasisilang na ganda, na tila ba'y ang kanyang pagbaba sa lupa ay pagsaboy ng kagandahan at karikatuina. Sa kanyang mga magulang na sina Ginoong Christian Bermido at Ginang Rosalyn Biang, galak at ligaya ay dala. May halintulad siya sa bulaklak na rosas, na kulay na paborito niya sa ganday, halimuya, magpapalingon ka. Mahilig sa malalamig, sapagkat paborito niya ang movie na Frozen at pagkain ng ice cream. Siya'y nunting reyna na marilag na naglalayong maging nurse sa hinaharap. Sa kanyang taglay na kabaitan at katalinuhan, alam ko, matutupad niya ang kanyang pangarap. Ating salubungin ng masigabong palakpakan ang ating munting reyna ng mga puso, Emmanuel Katniss B. Bermido. Ating po silang palakpakan. Maraming salamat.
Very much, Ma'am Agnes, for that wonderful proclamation to our prince and princesses. We would like also to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Maria Leonora Olason. Thank you for coming, Ma'am.
So, this juncture, let us proceed to the pinning of sash and offering a bouquet to the members of the Royal Court to be assisted by their respective parents and class advisors.
Prince of Fidelity, Ma Kaisen Reyes. Parents, Mr. and Mrs. John Mark de los Reyes. Together with the advisor. Okay, please come up the stage once your child or your pupil.
Parents, Mr. and Mrs. Frederick O. Bercy, together with advisor, Ma'am Marian C. Intida. Danica O. Samante, the class advisor is Prince of Friendship, Brent Nino Arianes, parent, Mr. and Mrs. Sandy.
Prince of Flame, John Cedric R. Berse. Parents, Mr. and Mrs. Frederick O. Berse. Advisor, Ma'am Mary Ann and Tia. Next is the Princess of Flame. We have Luis Mariel R. Rosales. Parents, Mr. and Mrs. Francis Rosales. Advisor, Ma'am Agnes Biricon.
Parent, Miss Maria Michelle Cepeda. Advisor, Mrs. Elsie O. Eboniti. Princess of Affection, Miss Chloe Chanel M. Solaon. Parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ronnie L. Solaon. Mrs. Julieta V. Kang. Advisor.
Prince of Humility, John Ian E. Ortega, son of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph E. Ortega. Advisor, Ma'am Elsie O. Ebonite. Next is the Princess of Humility, Janine A. Abinal, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Alvin O. Abinal Sr., Ma'am Yulian Paula B. Hernandez, Advisor.
Prince and Princess of Peace, Josh Christopher B. Ricafrente, son of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Ricafrente, Advisor, Ma'am Myril Brunaflor Abalia. Princess of Peace, Aika May T. Rilano, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Norlito B. Rilano. Mrs. Jessica R. Ligado, Class Advisor.
Okay, we would also like to acknowledge the representative of Honorable Mayor Simbolan, Sir June Dasa. Sir, welcome to Santiago Elementary School. Prince of Faith, we have Yaji B. Llanes, son of Mr. and Mrs. Ronil Llanes. Advisor, Ma'am Mabel S. Baneria. Lumbre, Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan E. Lumbre, parents. Mamali Portugal, Advisor.
The Prince and Princess of Hope, Prince RMJ E. Talaptag, son Merlin E. Espanyo, Agnes Biricon, Class Advisor. Christine Joy D. Hertes, daughter of Miss Pretty May D. Valierda, Mrs. Mary Ann C. Kia, class advisor.
Prince and Princess of Loyalty. Prince of Loyalty, Ronnie James B. Palmes, Mr. and Mrs. Rolly B. Palmes, parents, Ma'am Elsie Ebonite, advisor. Princess of Loyalty, Joshua May B. Navarro, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jeffrey D. Navarro, Ma'am Jessica Ligado, advisor.
Prince and Princess of Romance.
Fourth runner-up, Little King and Queen of Hearts 2024. To be crowned by Honorable Rodrigo T. Fabricati Jr. and Honorable Maricel P. Paha. And Mary Joy C. Hernandez.
soon, to be crowned by Honorable Fernando D. Simbulan, represented by Honorable June Gasa and Honorable Maria Eleonora O. Luzon.
And our little King and Queen of Hearts 2024, John Jacob F. Cardenas and Emmanuel Catis V. Bernido, to be crowned by Honorable Vicencio Renato Luigi R. Villaperte, Honorable Donna Ann R.R.C. Oñate, represented by Ma'am Angelica Rica Frente, and once again may we call Barangay Captain Romulo Agnas to crown, to do the honor of crowning our little King and Queen of Hearts 2024. Emmanuel Catis E. Bernido. That was our King and Queen of Hearts 2024. So, all are requested to be in front for a photo op. Okay, so please come in front from our Queen of Hearts 2024. Municipal Mayor, Honorable Fernando D. Simbulan, represented by Mr. June Dasa.
Dahil Meryl, walang gayang audience ka. Friends, buka ko si Mayor mag-a-appear sa programa si Mayor na kaibahin niyo hindi nagkataon na 8 imbitasyon sa naka-schedule 1.
Dame Shimley O. Ebonite. position of Kate and scepter to the Little King and Queen of Hearts 2024.
Cake were common in medieval Europe, especially when combined with a hood and chaperon, and have periodic returns to fashion. These are the word for formal events and symbolizes supernatural powers.
A scepter is a symbolic ornamental staff or wand held in the hand by a ruling monarch as an item of royal and imperial insignia. Figuratively, it means a royal or imperial authority or sovereignty. Dear friends, the donning of Kate and imposition of scepter to Little King and Queen of Hearts 2024 to help us to do the honor, may we request Ma'am Ida S. Fortuno together with Ma'am Shireen Intia and Ma'am Mariflor Baenyo, the proponents for this year's search. So we also have the Little King and Queen of Hearts 2020, Sam Ashley de Hernandez and Felix Dale D. Valiente, to transfer the crown and the scepter. Again, Little King and Queen of Hearts 2020, Sam Ashley D. Hernandez and Felix Dale D. Valiente. Our Little King and Queen of Hearts 2024, we have John Jacob F. Martinez and Emmanuel Cacnis D. Bernido. Ma'am Shireen and Ma'am Mariflor Portugal. Smile. Smile. Thank you very much, Sam Ashley and Felix Dale. Smile.
Ito kuya.
Very much, the Little King and Queen of Hearts 2024, John Jacob Martinez and Emmanuel Cacnis E. Bernido.
And now, let's come to the awarding of certificates and tokens to the members of the Royal Court. To do the honor, may I call Ma'am Ida S. Fortuno to be assisted by Ma'am Charito P. Ilarde, Santiago Elementary School, Faculty President.
East District, Santiago Elementary School Certificate of Merit is hereby given to SPO2 and Mrs. Frances E. Partinez. Recognition is hereby given to Ma'am Tyson Reyes, son of Mr. and Mrs. John Mark de los Reyes, as the Little Prince of Fidelity during the search for SYES Little King and Queen of Hearts 2024, held at Santiago Elementary School, Nabua, Camarines Sur, given this 4th day of February 2024 at Santiago Elementary School, Nabua, Camarines Sur, Philippines. Signed, Ma'am Shireen R. Tia, Chairman Search for the SYES Little King and Queen of Hearts 2024. Signed, Mariflor P. Baenyo, the co-chairman, and signed by Ida S. Fortuno, school principal. To be assisted by the class advisors. This awarding is to be assisted by the parents and of course the advisors. So once your child is full, please come up the stage. Parents are also given a certificate of appreciation. The Prince of Flame. We have John Cedric R. Burson. The Prince Brent Nino R. Llanes and Daniela S. Medina.
Together with the parents and advisors. Hernandez.
Mr. and Mrs. Joseph and Tia, parents.
M. Tormes, Mr. and Mrs. John Paul L. Tormes, parents, and Hannah Kala and Patiga, Mr. and Mrs.
Together with advisor, Ma'am Juliet and Ma'am Elsie.
And Mrs. Frances E. Cardenas, parents, and Emmanuel Capnias B. Bermido, parents, Mr. and Mrs. Christian Bermido. At this juncture, may I call Ma'am Maricor Baino for the words of acknowledgement. Hello. Hello. Okay, so to our honored guest, Miss Josie Corbin, our U.S. Peace Corps, member of the teaching staff, headed by Ma'am Aida S. Fortuno, parents, supporters, the BLGU, headed by Honorable Romulo A. Agnas, SPTA officers, headed by Mrs. Fatima R. Scala, members of the royal family, friends, all, good evening. Good evening po. Impia would like to thank the Almighty God for His enduring grace, guidance, and protection that He has bestowed upon during this search for SYES Little King and Queen of Hearts 2024. Words cannot express my gratitude to our school head, to my co-chair,
for her invaluable patience and feedback. We also could have undertaken this momentous event without the different working committees who generously provided knowledge and expertise in accomplishing the different tasks. I would also like to acknowledge and give my warmest thanks to our distinguished guests. Special mention to our Governor, Honorable Luigi Villapuente, for providing us the LED. Sir, thank you po, Kadi LED, na pinag-provide din naman na mo. And of course, to our very own Municipal Mayor, Honorable Fer Daisy Bulan, for the chairs and table, and to Honorable Manol O. Luzon, for gracing our occasion. And also to Ma'am Josie Corbin, for also gracing our occasion today. And most importantly, may salute to the parents and supporters of the members of the royal family. Without you, this event would have not been possible. So once again po, salamat.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Mariflor Portugal, the co-chairman for the Search for Little King and Queen of Hearts 2024. Okay, so at this time, we will have the Grand Cotillion d'Honneur. Is everybody ready? Okay. Since yung iba po, nagbibis, paano po kaya yung kung teacher muna ang mauna na mag-cotillion? Ma'am Aida. Music please.
How to be brave? How can I love when
So that was the end of our program for this evening. See you all again next year for another enchanting event, Parade of Beauty and Elegance and Grandeur. This has been your host, Ma'am Myrel Amalia
and Vida Valiente, saying thank you and congratulations. See you again next year. Happy Valentine's to all.
Happy Valentine's to all. Enjoy the rest of the night. Okay, so we will have the picture taking of all the teachers and of course with our guests. Calling out all the teachers for the picture taking together with our guests. Parents na sinuportahan ang kanilang anak. Thank you very much po.